Hello, welcome to another trading idea here. This is for the S&P. I call this particular system S&P Along for the Ride. It is a trending system. You look at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to see where the S&P is. I'm here at Yahoo Finance. They give you live pricing here on the S&P. You've got to make sure you have live. You can use a stockbroker if you have one. But make sure you avoid, like, I think CNBC is like 10 or 15 minute delay and so forth. But Yahoo Finance has it. I think Google Finance has it as well. But you're looking at the S&P 500 index. You want to know if it was up or down at least 15 points from yesterday's close. So when you read this, it says 22 points. That is not from the open. If I click on it here, it'll pop up, but the open was, as you can see in the chart, if it pops up. So yesterday's close was 29.10. Today's open is 29.18. So that means it opened roughly 8 points up. So we always care about the close of yesterday. That's always the thing that is quoted. That's up 23 from yesterday. That is not up 23 from today's open. So all we care about is, was it up or down 15 points from yesterday's close until 10 a.m. Eastern. You want to make sure you check just before 10 a.m. Eastern, so that means like 9:59 and 59 seconds or so. The reason for that is because sometimes there's news right at 10 o'clock, and you want to make sure that it is not didn't cross that threshold or not cross the threshold because of the news. So make sure you're checking it at just before 10 a.m. But the other issue that we want to look for is we want to look for some confirmation. So I've traded this system for a long time now. However, what has happened sometimes is you'll get the spike up in this case, and then it just won't have any follow through. So the high of the day might be anywhere from the open, which was 9:30, to anywhere about 10:10. And we have this little extra rule here which has saved us a lot of losing trades. And what that basically says is you want to see it break whatever highs it had after 10:10 a.m. Eastern Time. So it's currently 10:05 right now. If we're looking at the Nadex chart here, you have bid and ask. Let's just go last traded here. The high for the day here on Nadex, again, it's a little different. This is futures, but I trade it on Nadex, which trades the futures. So keep that in mind. The pricing is going to be a little different, but the system itself is based on the index. But here on Nadex, the high has been 2933.86, and we're a little bit off from that right now. It's 10:06 right now. We want to make sure we wait until 10:10, and let's say that this area here at 10:03 is the high. We want to make sure that that is broken after 10:10 a.m. Now, if the market spikes up here and at 10:08 it's 29.35, then that's the new number. But you want to see some breakthrough and follow through for the market. So we don't want to see this as the high of the day, and so that keeps us from entering some potential trades here. But the idea is to try and buy it then if this breaks. This is a bit of a extreme market, but if this breaks, the idea would be off of the 29.45 area. So if you look at a chart, or excuse me, a contract here on Nadex, we'd be looking at, I would be interested in the 29.27 contract. So that would be the one I'd be interested in. About $57 is what I would be interested in buying that for. 2019 has been very active for this particular system. The way that I've described it if you traded the way I described it, you had 33 wins and 9 losses. So very nice win rate. Again, we're looking for $57 or so entry. So that's very good. And using the new rule of not entering this trade until this particular area is broken. So it's now 10:13. This is the high of the day so far. So we would not enter this trade until this area is broken. So around 29.30, almost 34. Now, one thing to consider is if the market did come up to 29.34 area, the 29.33 is something that you could buy. However, at 10 o'clock, which is what the system is based on, the contract to take would be the 29.27. So because of such a big move in that short a time, it did change the contract. And the reason I mention this is also over this year, you've had 8 different times where I have in my record books win/loss, which aren't counted in the stuff that I just mentioned. But and the reason it's win/loss is because it might have been a win at 29.27, but it's a loss at 29.33, or it was a loss on the index itself, which again is what this system is based on, but it was a win for Nadex. So for example, if everything is apples to apples comparison, let's just say the index itself was 29.29 as well as the futures at 10 o'clock, and let's say we took the 29.27 and the market finished at 29.28, it was technically a loss based on the system or the index, but Nadex won. So that's why I have a category for win/loss. So you might have won a few of those and lost a few of those. So it's kind of in its own little category. But anyway, 33 and 9 of the ones that are considered wins/loss, and then you have 8 additional ones. So if you split those, you're still 37 and 13, which is a nice win rate, especially if you're risking about $57. And the key here is the fact that if this never came back up in this example, never got up above the 10.03 area, you would have saved yourself 12 losses over the course of 2019. So it's a good additional thing. The whole point of the system is S&P along for the ride, so you're just going in on a trending day and placing the trade and kind of walking away and wait until the end of the day to see if the trend continued that way. So interesting little system. Hopefully you can use it and be profitable with it, but it's S&P along for the ride. Have a good one. Take care.